I want to bring this gentleman up. He traveled all the way from Independence, Missouri. We've been talking to him for a while now. He reached out to us and brought us with
I know what you're thinking. What's a Jeep guy doing in a biker bar? We'll get to that. And we'll get to Todd. Todd's my new favorite hype man.
I got 300 right here. I got 300 up here. I got 325. Who's going to give me 350?
And we'll see how this ends later. This all started a few months back when I was on my computer. Not that time.
You've got mail.
That time. And I got an email from a biker named Sean. Not that kind of biker, that kind of biker. The email was a request for a donation. The charity is a charity called Camp I Am Me. And the charity offers support for children and their families that have been affected by burn-related injuries. I figured that this is a charity that the channel really needs to support. However, I've been less than fully flush since I made that bet that the Chiefs were gonna win the Super Bowl. I got a good feeling about this, man. Chiefs are gonna three-peat, baby.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Since I've always been more of a doer anyway, and they did mention that they were having an auction at the event, I decided to craft a piece that they could auction off for Camp IME. This is the story about that piece. So I want to use some old pine for this design, and I was looking all over, I couldn't find it, but it's up there, which wouldn't be any big deal, but it's under all of that other stuff. So yeah, so monkeys bugger my uncle. So you guys might have seen the fire axe that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. So I want to incorporate this into the build. I'm going to have it kind of at the bottom hanging out. Since this is so huge, I have to make sure that I offset it so it doesn't look comically large. I had my buddy Dave print these hands for me because I do not have a functional 3D printer. These are going to be sticking out of the sign holding this. So they're going to be kind of like, obviously this will work better when there's gravity involved, but these will be sticking on the side and they'll be holding up axe. The axe will probably be turned with the blade down. I keep calling it a sign. I should probably call it a piece or an art piece. It's going to be something to hang on the wall, but it's definitely not a sign. Here's your sign. So here's the idea. Basically, that wood is going to get carved into flames behind this whole thing. So the whole thing is gonna look like it's got a flaming background. We're gonna carve the flames like we did on the Chief sign, but probably, hopefully a little better. Okay, so imagine you've got your axe here, you've got flames coming up like this. That's gonna be the backdrop. The guys I'm doing this for are firefighters, but they also are bikers, or they're in a motorcycle club. So I thought what I would do is kind of behind the middle of the axe, like the tallest part of it, bam! I'm gonna put a little, I don't even know if that's focusing on that. Beep, beep. It looks like it's focused now, baby. But something to this effect, big laser engraved motorcycle engine, kind of like right there, right in front of the fire. At least that's what I see in my head. We're gonna see how this turns out. But first what I need to do is figure out how many pieces of that I need to go across and then try to carve a little bit more wacky flames out of it if I can. We'll see what kind of carving kung fu Nick really has. Now let's get to work.
say psychosomatic, you mean like he could start a fire with his thoughts?
So originally the way I planned to put this thing together was I was gonna carve it upright. So I didn't want to put all the pieces together because I thought it would just be way too cumbersome in the jaw horse. But now that I'm looking at it, I think before I do anything else, I really do need to put it together so I can get the curves right. So we're gonna take a break from carving to assemble this thing. I don't really normally talk a lot about fire safety in my videos because somebody will inevitably come in and post a comment like, ooh, it's the safety police or something stupid like that. And then you guys think I'm just some idiot on the internet. And you're right, I am an idiot on the internet, but I do take my fire safety precautions very seriously. And I figured since this video is about a charity project that is going to a fundraiser that's sponsored by firefighters, that it's kind of my due diligence to give you kind of a quick rundown of my safety precautions. First thing you saw me do is hit the leaf blower and just blow off any combustibles that might be underneath what I'm working on. Especially when I carve before that, there's just sawdust everywhere and that stuff lights up like nobody's business. Not sure if you can see me or not. Next, I always have a bucket of water kind of tucked away over here in the garage. It's usually not on camera. That's in case stuff goes awry. I have a water bottle that I use just to kind of mitigate flare-ups and little things that don't extinguish when I want them to. The hose is right around the corner, but I do have a fire extinguisher. It's just in case anything goes horribly, horribly wrong. Now, let's stop screwing around. Put a little stank on it. All right, so we've reached the point of potential failures. This morning my brother was over here and we were kind of working through some things and he pointed something out to me that I didn't really think about and now it's becoming an issue. I hold this axe, I can hold it like this and it's fine, but that's because I'm gripping it and I'm putting counterbalance in it. The hands that'll be holding this are just open hands. So if I let go, this thing's top heavy. By the way, I was looking for like some dowel rods. I didn't have any, but luckily the guy was here working on my sprinklers. And so I conned him out of a couple of feet of PVC for this example. Originally, the hands are 24 inches apart, but they're on the same plane. And I wanted this to sit in there evenly. So it's evenly spaced across the design. But as you can see, if I take weight off this, it immediately flips out. The only way to counteract that is to have this all the way against this hand. And if I do these straight across, then there's gonna be a ton of axe hanging off on the other side. So I think what we need to do is raise this hand up. The hands I have just look like this. So I didn't want them to grip anymore because I do want you to be able to lift the axe out if you want to. Let's just talk about the other point of failure, or possible point of failure. I had a good buddy, Dave, print these hands for me. He put like a little keyhole on the back, but what I did is I wanted to do a threaded insert so I can bolt them in through the back. The only problem with these 3D hands, and nothing that he would have anticipated, is that the bottom of this is not very thick. So when I put the threaded insert in, it really only has, man, like a 1/4 inch of purchase. So I'm afraid that if I put the bolts in and then we put that on there, it's just gonna rip these out. My idea is to do a little epoxy, a little JB weld around here once I bolt them on, and hopefully that'll hold. Fingers crossed. But first, let's figure out this other issue. Okay, so here's the idea. Originally, these were gonna go like this, but that's not gonna work. I'm thinking one of the best places to do it is right here, and then have this one come down here. That gives me like a minimal amount that I have to carve out, and they'll be a little offset, but you're gonna have the head of the axe right here. I just, man, if this is messed up, I don't know how to fix it. I guess the only thing we can do right now is send it, and hopefully it works. No theatrics here, kids. This is just stop lights, one camera. I'm shaking. Like, I cannot mess this part up. You guys that were watching at home probably caught this. I've been trying to be really careful about keeping the hand straight, but I think when I brought everything over here, I mixed them up. So I gotta cut out a little bit more for each one of them, but very delicately this is in here. I'm pretty positive that when I put these on, if I JB weld them, we should be good. I'm gonna carve out a little bit more, make sure that they're flush against the deal. This is, you see it? Just a little trimmer. Remember, Todd, listen to him work that crowd.
I got $1,000 over here. He's just one of a kind. You'll never see it again. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've got $1,000. I got 1,100 right now. Who's gonna give me 12? Who's gonna give me 12? I got 1,100. I got 1,100. Who's gonna give me 12? $1,100 goes to Cookie.
$1,100. Can you believe that? I literally had a dream the night before that it went up for auction and nobody bid on it. I had such a great time with the Fire and Iron MC. They were more than welcoming. We went out and had some beers later, and we raised a lot of money for charity. If you would like to donate to Camp IME, I will leave a link down below and just tell them Bill Dead Build sent you.